Okay. All right. I want to thank everybody for showing up on our Facebook feed. This is Literary Legacies. I am President David Chappelle. I'm joined by two wonderful young ladies. My first two published authors who mean the world to me. First up, we have Riyani Patel, uh,
Hello.
and on the lower part we have Alysa Marcial.
Hi.
So Riyani has the published author of The Boy Battle, which she worked with me directly, and then her second book is The Terrible Bullies, which allegedly I didn't have as much help with, but I think I did have a part to play in that, but she mostly did it on her own. She definitely took the reins and did it on her own. And then the second book, or sorry, for Alysa wrote her first book, Wild Journey. She did Wild Journey 2, and she's working on Wild Journey 3, and we'll get to what you're doing in the future, Riyani, when we get to you, okay? So
Yeah.
so I'll tell a little bit of a story about how I met these two young ladies. So I actually tutored young Riyani in the third grade, and now she's a junior in high school. So that means that I am old. That's what that means. Um, uh, so she is about to go to college. Hopefully, she'll be a UCLA Bruin. So she will be a rival of Arizona State. So we will have to argue and fight when it comes to sports and stuff. And yeah. So Riyani was definitely an eager young child, a young lady when we started working. She was in middle school, and she was my very first student. And we were both kind of nervous during the process, but we both kind of got into a groove. I think I came to Riyani's parents like, I think I want to write a book with your daughter. Is this okay? They're like, sure, go ahead. And then and Riyani's like, yeah, I'll try it. And then she was my first sample student, and we tried it. We got into, like I said, we got into a good groove, and we wrote a great book, which is a lot of people love The Boy Battle. Like, a lot of teachers have purchased the book, a lot of students have purchased the book, and it's meant a lot for Tourette's awareness. It's meant a lot for bullying awareness, and just the experience of a young person trying to navigate her life. And for a young Alysa, so these are both Barrett graduates, by the way. They both went to Barrett Elementary in Morgan Hill, California. Young Alysa, I had made an inquiry and seeing who wanted to write a book at Barrett, and Alysa was one of the ones who were interested. So we have our very first session, and she comes. She's just so quiet, just like a little angel, like, oh, I can't do nothing wrong. I'm a little Alysa. And she eventually starts to open up, and I realized that this young little polished young lady has a very vibrant and very energetic and just dynamic personality, and it comes out in her books, definitely. If you read her books, you can see her characters, the richness of her characters, the richness of her scenes are just so dynamic and powerful. And I'm so proud of these two young ladies. Like, they mean the world to me. And yeah, I just want to thank everybody for coming to the Author Hour. This is our very first Author Hour, featuring our first two authors, of course. And yeah, let's get started. So here's the format. So we're gonna have the two young ladies ask each other questions, 5 questions each, starting with Riyani towards Alysa, and then I am going to ask each lady a set of 5 questions going back and forth, and then we are going to go up to an hour. We won't go any longer than that, okay, everybody? So let's get going. So Riyani, go ahead and ask Alysa your first question. You two just go back and forth until you finish, okay?
Okay. So my question for you, Alysa, the first question is, how long did it take you to write your second book?
My second book, I think it took, let me try to remember this. I think it took around 9-ish months, maybe more.
Wow.
Yeah. It was really fun because we already had like the original idea from the first book. So it was a really fun journey working with Mr. David with that.
Nice.
What was your favorite part, like favorite memory of working with Mr. David?
My favorite memory working with Mr. David was every Friday for an hour he would come to my house, and we would discuss ideas. We would laugh about whether this character was funny, or this place was funny. We would laugh, giggle, talk, so it would be fun. That's my favorite memory, working with Mr. David, and he has helped me a lot. So thank you for that, Mr. David.
Oh, of course. You're welcome.
Okay. My second question for you, Alysa, is how many books have you written so far?
So far, I have written 2 books, and the 3rd book is in the work of progress.
That's nice. That's cool.
Okay. My second question is, how did you find out about literary legacies?
Well, I was at my house one day. I was just in my room, and my parents came into my room, and they said, Mr. David has a nonprofit called Literary Legacies, where he wants to teach and help young kids on how to write books. And so my parents said, "Are you interested in writing a book?" And I was like, "Yes." And that's how I found Mr. David's nonprofit, through my parents.
That's awesome.
Thank you. So number 3, what was the writing process like for you?
The writing progress for me, it was very mixed, because at the start I didn't like talking as much, because I just felt very like enclosed and I didn't know who he was exactly, so I was very shy. But as I started going there more often, I kind of opened myself up a bit more every time, and it became more fun session after session, and he helped me a lot with my book, so I'm very happy about that.
Yeah.
My 3rd question is, how long did it take you to write your first book?
It took me around 8 to 9 months to write my first book.
Wow.
My 4th question is, did you get to a point where you wanted to stop at a specific chapter in your book but wanted to keep going?
No.
No.
Yeah. My question for you is, what is one of the funniest moments you have had while working with Mr. David?
Funniest moments I had working with Mr. David was, I believe that I gave him a glass of water. I offered him a glass of water and he accidentally spilled it on the table, and I was just giggling at that so hard. It was really funny.
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry, no, I'm staying out of this. Go ahead.
Okay.
My 5th question is, what would you love to do in the future as you grow?
I would like to continue writing, but if I were to do anything else, I might become like an eye doctor, because my mom works at an eye doctor's office, and I remember when I was little, I would go over to like help her open up the office, and it was like really fun seeing all the posters and seeing how everything works.
That's nice. I like that. Good for you.
Did you have any other ideas for a book before you decided on that one idea?
No, I had no ideas.
Okay. Yeah, thank you guys for that. Let me go ahead and ask you all my question. This is going a lot faster than what I thought. It's not going to take quite the hour. So I think I'm going to try to stretch this out as long as possible, okay, so people can tune in. So, Riyani, my first question is to you.
Okay.
So, this kind of, I'll just go. Take me back to the first time your parents told you that I wanted to work with you and write a book. What lessons have you learned about realizing your own potential and believing in yourself from that moment?
Well, the lessons that I learned was working with you taught me that I have a talent with creative writing. Whenever I would write my tics would help me calm down I'm so sorry.
Go ahead. Take your time.
Writing helped me control my tics when I was younger. I was calm and I was at peace. I liked imagining things in my mind as I got better with writing. And when I'm growing up, I want to use my creative writing skills to help others cope with their own struggles in life.
Oh, I love that. Oh my gosh, you guys are just so awesome.
Thank you.
Alyssa, this question is for you, okay?
Okay.
So you have come a long way from that shy kid who could barely speak more than 2 sentences at a time to me during our first session. What are the most important lessons you have learned about yourself from your first writing experience with Wild Journey 1 to now writing Wild Journey 3?
I think one of the most important lessons is that when you're writing, just think about it, and then you can always go back to fix your mistakes. Like if you want to change something, you can go back and change it. And if you're like holding back, you don't have to, even though you feel like it. Just like let yourself go free. That's kind of what I did.
Okay, this is going back to Riyani. Question number 2 for you, okay? So
Okay.
you use elements of your own life in your books. Like you are an expert at that. Like you've been able to convey personal challenges in your own life in a way that is just so creative and amazing, and it reflects how well your first book is, and I know your second book is going to be.
Thank
So
you.
what kind of ways does that empower you to face challenges in your own personal life?
Well, I use elements in my own life for my book. For example, I use the character Tanya Weeks, which is the main character, and she has Tourette's as well, just like me. And for my second book, the bullies are not anyone specifically that I know. They're all characters in my head. So all the creativity and imaginary is just in my head.
Excellent, excellent. So I think you inspired not just me, but you inspired this entire nonprofit because of the fact that you faced your challenges head on by writing about it. You will always hold a special place in my heart because of that. So thank you, okay?
Aw, thank
You
you
were
so
just
much. That means a lot.
you are just one of the bravest people I've ever met. Just know that,
Thank
okay?
you.
Okay. So, Alyssa, question number 2, okay? What inspires you to keep writing? And what are your long-term goals and dreams in your writing career? So we know you want to be an eye doctor. So what inspires you? What is inspiring you to write Wild Journey 3? And what are your long-term goals with your writing career?
What inspires me to write Wild Journey 3 is that I like working, like having something to do, and I just feel like I want to see where I started off and how my progress went up from that.
So it's like having that long-term goal that kind of, so, going to sleep at night, dream. Because the thing I love about writing, as I'm working on my third novel right now. So my second one is finished. I'm not plugging that at all. I'm just letting you guys know. So I finished my second one. But like what I love about writing is the fact that you can go to sleep dreaming about your characters and dreaming about the next book you're writing. And it's a really exciting feeling. I don't know if you guys have that feeling as well. But Riyani, this is question number 3 for you.
Okay.
So how do you balance the rigors of being a nationally published author with academic performance in school?
It's not that easy. I am learning how to manage my time. I work on the book and on my schoolwork 7 days a week. So after I'm free at around 3, I finish up all my homework, and then for about 30 minutes, then I work on the book.
Excellent. So this is actually teaching you some important time management skills, which you'll need in college, right? Because what I hope, which, obviously you'll be a grown adult, you're pretty grown now, you can make your own decisions, but when you get to college, I hope that you do continue to write, because I know college is going to be difficult, especially at UCLA. But I hope that you do find the time to manage to at least, to write, to keep working on your craft, and to continue to refine your craft, as you continue to be a great author.
Yeah, thank you.
So number 3 for Alyssa, what does it mean to you to be able to dedicate characters in your book to important people in your life?
When I connected the Wolf Aaron to my older brother, he felt like, I don't know, he just felt happy that I put him in there because he helps me a lot. Like, I can just go up to him, like, when he's home and just knock on his door and ask him if, like, we can talk about something. Or he even helps me with school, and he helps me just a lot in general.
Yeah.
He's, like, there for me time after time, and I'm just really grateful for that.
Oh, that's great. I know he appreciates that. So we just got to get the rest of your siblings in there too.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I'll keep going. So question number 4 for Riyani, okay? In what ways do you continue to work on your creative writing skills?
So I am in the process of putting ideas for book 3, and I'm watching YouTube videos.
Nice.
I'm watching YouTube videos with screenwriters like the screenwriter Rhonda Shimes, and I'm watching her videos and just basically getting ideas from her.
Excellent. I love that. I love that you're continuing to pour into yourself. So I'll talk to people briefly about Literary Legacies, if you don't know. So what we do is we teach young children from grades 3, young adults sometimes like you all, young adults to the young children from grades 3 to 12 how to write and publish their own books. But the intention of this nonprofit is not just to get the kids to write books, it's to do what Riyani did and write your first book and be able to go off and write books on your own. So Riyani is no longer a student of Literary Legacies. She is officially a graduate of Literary Legacies, and she's continuing to write books on her own.
Oh,
so we did work a little bit on her second book, but she took the reins. Like I said, she took the reins over, polished up her book, got the book published nationally. Like she everything that has to do with this book, she did, and that's like such a blessing to me because I feel like the work that we did on her first book helped prepare her to handle the rest of her writing career, and that is the intention of this nonprofit, is to help kids go off and to be authors for the rest of their lives. So even if Alysa is being the best eye doctor in the world and has 1,000 clients, my dream is just like that she wakes up on a Sunday morning and is like, I'm gonna work on my book this morning, you know. And I pray that Riyani continues to work throughout college and after college and continues to be an Emmy award-winning screenwriter for her own rom-com on NBC. That's my dream. Like I dream about these things. So I hope I know these things are gonna happen, and that's what inspires me to continue to do this work. So that was just a little side note. Where am I at? I'm at number 4 for Alysa. So number 4. What are some tips you have for other young people who want to get into writing or become students at Literary Legacies?
Some advice that I can give them is to get used to school and writing, because writing can be really fun. And whenever you write, it's just your imagination goes wild and you can have all these ideas pouring into your head. And it paints a picture in your mind. And it's fun to see that.
Awesome. Okay, so these are our last 2 questions. I am going to try and see if we can see any questions. And I don't see any questions on here on the Facebook page. Let me refresh this real quick. I'm sorry. This is like, I just want to make sure. I just want to see if there's any questions on here. No, I don't see any questions on here. Okay. Just want to make sure. I didn't ask for any questions, so okay, let's keep going. Last question for you, Riyani, okay?
Okay.
What are your long-term goals in the field of creative writing? And don't know if you answered this directly or not. And then the follow-up to that is, did I hear rumblings about you potentially writing a screenplay in the near future? Maybe after, I don't know if the Boy Battle / Terrible Bullies / whatever it's going to be number 3, is that going to be a screenplay? Is that going to be a traditional novel? Are you going to do both? Are you going to write it as a novel and transition it into a screenplay? Are you going to write your first 2 books as screenplays? Like, tell me, like, get me excited. What are you going to do?
I'm not sure. I really want to be able to do that in the future.
Yeah.
That's one of my goals. My second goals I want to do is I want this book to be in every library across the US. I also I also want to help other students like me cope and deal with their own struggles in life, and a person who's helped. And what was the
Oh, sorry. That's pretty much your long-term goals. You're answering the question.
oh, okay. And yeah, and one more thing was this wonderful lady named Miss Nina Brooks. I met her in LA. She's a producer and director. She helped me give advice on screenwriting. Like, she said to buy a specific book on Amazon about screenwriting, and that would help me in the future. So as I would like to take screenwriting classes in the future at UCLA, she said that book will get you prepared for it.
Excellent. And I want to take this opportunity to pitch Riyani's book. I just made my purchase of it. It's coming out November 3rd, 2020, correct? On Amazon, yeah, November 3rd. It's called The Terrible Bullies by Riyani Patel. You can see her. You can see how to spell her name, Riyani Patel. It's on. Look it up on Amazon. It's going to be in bookstores. It's going to be a great book. Pitch it real quick. Tell it to me. Tell me. Give me a small taste of what the book is about to close out your part, Riyani.
All right. So the second book is about the three main characters, Tanya, Jake, and Diamond, team up together to stop the new bullies in high school. So the first book I wrote, the characters were in 8th grade. Now they're freshmen in high school.
Excellent. So everybody look out for that. Make your purchase as soon as possible so you can get those pre-orders up. And look forward to seeing what the heights you soar to, Riyani, okay? The last question for Alysa, okay? What is the biggest hurdle you want to overcome with the writing of your third book, Wild Journey 3?
The biggest hurdle that I want to overcome is being able to have it done like by myself, like with your help, that have a lot of the work by me, like typing or editing.
Yep. Okay, excellent. And I know you can and will do that. You've already been doing that. So just continue to do what you're doing and it's going to be great, okay? So I believe in both of you. You both are like my little sisters, and like you all are family. Your families are my family, and we will always hold a connection for the rest of eternity. And you both hold such a special place in my heart. And thank you so much for doing this. Thank you everybody for tuning in.
I would like to say one more thing.
Yes, go ahead.
Whoever is watching this and has an Instagram, my Instagram handle is Riyani Patel 007. I would love your support, and I would love for you to reach out to your friends and family, talk about raising awareness for Tourette syndrome and raising awareness for school bullying. Thank you.
Good job. Thank you. I love that. Okay. And you have any closing comments, Alysa?
My closing comment is just thank you for watching, and please support the fundraiser for Literary Legacies.
Oh yeah, see, look at that. I didn't even pitch that myself. So once again, thank you everybody. Just support these two amazing young ladies. Boy Battle by Riyani Patel. Terrible Bullies is coming out on Amazon soon, so pre-order that. Wild Journey 1, Wild Journey 2, get those on Amazon. Great. All these books are just amazing, written by amazing people, and just support Literary Legacies and our fundraiser, and support these two young ladies' writing career, okay? So thank you, everybody, so much. It wasn't quite the hour that we expected, but this is our first one, so we'll call it the author half hour next time. So
yeah.
Thank you all, and everybody have a great day. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.